What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Austin in China coming at you from the streets of Chengdu. Yes, welcome to the live stream, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about what makes me happy here in China. I want to talk about the things that I really enjoy here, the things that I really like here. And I think in a future stream, maybe the very next stream that I do in like maybe a week or so, I'll talk about the things that make me unhappy, the things that I don't like so much here, the things that kind of make me feel bad. But today, I want to talk about the things that make me feel good. But yes, for the sake of fairness, in the next stream, I will talk about the opposite side of that coin because yeah, there's always positives and negatives to every experience, no matter where you're at in the world. So yeah, that's our topic for today. Now, I am just kind of walking around this area of Chengdu called Neoshiko, and I think it beautifully illustrates the first thing that I really love about being in China. The first thing that I really love about being in China is not having a car. It's really awesome to not need a car in China because there are things like this, like a tuk-tuk. Oh, I lost it. There it is. Tuk-tuks, for example, or taxis, for example, or shared bikes, for example. Construction. We'll talk about this maybe in the next stream. There are all these shared bikes. There's private cars that have a DD, which is like Uber. You can do that, and then bam, there's the subway. So right there, and I haven't even seen a bus go by yet, but buses are another thing as well. You don't need to buy a car. You don't need to buy a car. If you want to have your own form of transportation, get a bike or get an e-bike. I'm going to take you around on my e-bike in this stream. Hopefully, if I can do that in a safe way, we'll see how that goes. But um, yeah, it's so great not having a car here because it's one, it sort of puts the responsibility on everyone else. Drive me around. That's nice. So if there's an accident, it ain't my fault. But two, it just saves a bunch of money, right? You don't have to make car payments. You don't have to pay gas. You don't have to pay insurance. You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to worry about other dumb people on the road. Uh, that's nice, right? It's a little freedom of, it's a little, bit of, it feels safe. It feels safe. And I like that. I like that. I really enjoy not having a car, actually. I really enjoy that. Having a car in China just doesn't seem necessary to me. If you live in China and you have a car and you're in a big city, it seems like you're just actively wasting money. Like you didn't know what else to do with your money and you just bought a car. So yeah, if you live in a big city and have a car, go away. It's a big problem with big cities is traffic caused by too many private cars. But anyway, that's another thing for another time. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but okay. Everything's fine. Let's see. Yeah, that's a very Chinese question. No, yeah, I did gain a little bit of weight, but I'm losing it again. I've lost about. I went way up, but I'm back down again. So number one, not needing a car. I that's definitely a plus. And what's great about not having a car is it's just not necessary because like look right here. This is really cool. This is the second ring road. This is sort of the main artery of traffic around Chengdu. And so if traffic's bad, traffic was bad for a long time. So what did they do? They literally just built a road on top of another road. And it's a loop that goes all the way around the entire city. And they also went underground. They built the metro. They built the subway. So there's so many options to getting around in China. I love it. I love it. Um, And let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna cross the street here, and I'm gonna take you kind of on my e-bike, and we're gonna go around. So I guess there's a choice for you. We could stick to the bigger streets. We could follow this road on the underside and just see what a main road is like in Chengdu. Or we could go on some of the smaller streets. They'll probably be more quiet. We could do that. It's up to you. So leave some comments. Leave some comments and let me know. Do you want to stick on the big streets or do you want to stay on sort of the smaller streets? Because, you know, different things will come up. You know, if we're on the bigger streets versus the smaller streets, we'll see different things as we go along. So, and yeah, let's see, I'm gonna walk this way and we're gonna hop on my e-bike. Hey, welcome everyone to the stream, by the way, who's new. We've got 19 people watching. Thank you very much for tuning in. The second thing that I want to talk about in this stream, thing that makes me happy here in China, thing that I love about living here in China is that any day could be a surprise. Any day could be a surprise. Things happen to you in China all the time that you don't expect. Someone may contact you to go out and travel to some weird thing. You may run into a new dialect. You may go, not all the surprises are good as well, but it's always a surprise. You will go somewhere and you'll find that maybe a restaurant that you really like has closed. Or you may stumble upon a new street, a new alleyway, or you may just be wandering around and you find a whole new part of town that you hadn't discovered before. Like when I was in my wife's hometown, I was going along the street and I noticed that I had not been on this particular street before that ran behind the local hospital. And I was like, hey, let's go on that street right there. And we did. And it was like I was in deep China. In this city that I've been going to for like 7 years, or 8 years now, I suppose, 7 or 8 years, and just going one street over and then exploring a couple of streets beyond that, it was a whole different like Longchang. It was a whole different like little town. It was crazy. It was crazy. Here, let's see. Let's see. Okay. So here, let's go back to this one. So Arthur's asking about these so this road, these overpasses, it's not just an overpass, right? It goes around the entire city. It never stops, for one thing. Are there ugly, dangerous spots like here in California? No, there are not. It's just there aren't. I mean, I'm thinking about making a video of this, or maybe doing a live stream if I can figure out a way to like get a bicycle or find a way to fix this to my e-bike without it shaking all the time like this. I do want to make that little a little tour of the second ring road. That would be nice. So yeah, let's get going here. I'm going to switch this around, and I'm going to switch this camera around, and then we will set off on our little tour. So yeah, any day could be a surprise, totally. So one thing that I do want to show you guys, oh, actually I need to turn around and go the wrong way now that I think about it. This is sort of one thing that is fun about China, but is maybe not a good thing, is that people are always going the wrong way on the road, like me right now. My bad. I'm not sure what the wind noise is like. It shouldn't be too big of a problem because of the microphone, but if you can't hear me, let me know, and we might have to cancel this e-bike tour. So here we've got a little breakfast stall right here, selling a few things. These baskets are for baozi, steamed stuffed buns. We're gonna keep going actually. So this area of Chengdu is called Neoshiko, um, literally Cowtown. Cowtown. Ooh, loud and clear. Perfect. Freaking fantastic. So this area is called Neoshiko. So literally means Cowtown, which is funny because I come from Texas, which is known for its beef and for its cows and things like that. And the last place that I lived in Texas was called Fort Worth. You always see these little statues in front of banks. Um, the last place that I lived in Texas was called Fort Worth, which is called Cowtown. That's Fort Worth's nickname in Texas. So I moved from Cowtown, and now I'm living in Cowtown again. So I've lived in the Neoshiko area for how, like on and off for probably 4 years. I've spent probably not 3 or 4 years, yeah, in this area of town on and off in a couple of different stints. So I really know this area. I really love this area. So here, let's slow down. And I'm going this way because I want to show you one of the surprises that I found. One of the surprises that I found in this area is just this little alleyway that leads into a crazy little secondhand market street. And I was just going along the street one day, and like I'd been living in this area for I think 3 years at the time, 3 years, and I'd not seen this little alleyway. Oh, well, there's another one right there actually. Oh, that goes into a neighborhood, so there's not much to that one, but yeah, and I just noticed one day out of nowhere a little alleyway, and then I followed that alleyway and I was like, whoa, this thing is super narrow. It's super sketchy. What the heck is going on? I don't know. And then I kept following and following. I was like, whoa, what the heck? Where am I? There's like this weird secondhand market street. There's like so much, like this area is really dirty. It's kind of nasty, but I like it. And then I popped out the other side of it and I'm like, oh, dang, I know exactly where I'm at. I know exactly where I'm at. Here it is. So this is one of my daily surprises. Okay. And it's changed since the last time that I came down here. Because there was actually a physical wall here, not just a blue construction wall. But yep, there's always stuff going up, right? It's China. China's never finished. There's always stuff going on. So yeah, I was going down this alleyway. I was like, wow, this is really cool. It's really fresh. Like I haven't like been down a little alleyway like this in this part of town in a long, long time. I apologize for the shaking. Um, and that's one thing that I love about living here is that it's fun finding new little places to go, finding new little streets, finding new alleyways, finding new restaurants. Like it's always a surprise. There's always something to learn. This is not even the alleyway I was thinking of, actually. It's close, but it's not exactly the one I was thinking about. Ah, yeah. Okay. I think they got rid of the other alleyway. But so yeah, we're following it this way back along a construction site. So I'm gonna stop and read a few comments. I'm gonna stop and read a few comments. It's really cold today, so I do also just want to stop and oh, I want to stop and kind of like warm up for a second. I mean, maybe you're from like the North Pole or something. So, but it's like 40 degrees or something. It's like maybe 10 degrees Celsius, maybe a little under. So you're in sort of this like ghetto construction area. A lot of trash, a lot of you know recycling and things like that going on here. There's a few cars parked. It's really weird, right? And I was like, I love these kinds of streets right here. It's fun. It's fun. Okay. Okay, let's see. That looks dangerous as hell. Well, see, the thing is, it looks dangerous. If I were to go into that area or this area of the USA, it'd be like, like no way. But here, it's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all good. Um, and yeah, the back alleys of Chengdu. So, you really think so? You really think that it's Americans doing the graffiti here? No. No, that's really silly if you think that Chinese people don't do graffiti. There's a whole community of those people here in Chengdu. It's a whole community of it. And I've made a video about this area of Chengdu that specializes or that's all about graffiti. There's a couple of them. So yeah, if you think that it's an American, you are sadly mistaken, and I feel sorry for you. So to let's get back to the tour. All right. Any day it could be a surprise. So I keep winding along this road, and then I'm like, whoa, what the heck is going on? There's a there's a big market. There's like a little market going on here. There's all these like used pieces of furniture, shelving units, stuff like that. And then I look up here, and it says this is secondhand like AC units, secondhand refrigeration, secondhand hotel stuff, secondhand all kinds of stuff. There's electronics, there's kitchen materials, all secondhand. You can get it for cheap. It's like essentially like, I mean, oh, it's awesome. It's awesome looking at that kind of stuff. And then I remember coming out here the first time, popping out and going, holy crap, I know exactly where I'm at. Like it's so weird. Like just never noticed that one little bitty alleyway that just has that really cool market. And then over here as well, there's some more secondhand. There's some more secondhand goods on both sides of the street here. Uh, it's awesome, and that's the kind of thing that you'll see when you're walking around China. It exists in every city, every single city, you know, because you can't fully know. I mean, it takes a long time to get to fully know a city anywhere, right? And especially in China where the scale is so massive. There's so many streets, so many cars, or so many streets, so many alleyways, so many like sections of these massive cities. It's cool. So here, let me see what my next bullet point was. I can't quite remember. Here, let me stop right here and let you look at the fountain real quick. Let's see. And we'll see. Let's see. Oh yeah, yeah, it's a thing. Used furniture markets, definitely a thing. Yeah. Okay. So let me see what's next. Yeah, we'll go with this one because it's quick. We'll go with this one because it's quick. The food, man, the food in China is awesome. Now, regionally, you're going to have very different experiences with food depending on your region of China. Absolutely. If you're in Sichuan, you're going to have a lot of this. You see the last characters, guo guo means hot pot. You'll have a lot of hot pot. You'll have a lot of spicy food. I don't think it's as spicy as like the legends say, but you know, it's oily, it's heavy, it's spicy, a lot of flavors, a lot of big, bold flavors here in Chengdu. Whereas, like if you go to Guangdong or Shanghai, or you go to Hong Kong, you'll have a lot of lighter food, like lots of flavor in those foods too, but they're very light. Um, they tend to be a little bit sweeter. They focus on sweet and salty rather than spicy or like sour or any of those other flavors. Um, yeah, it's good. They'll use like more seafood on the coast. They'll use lamb more in Western China. Food is super diverse here in China. Your experience with food in China, quote unquote Chinese food, is going to be totally different depending on where you are. Like I've said this for a long time. Like Chinese food doesn't exist. I'll say it again, Chinese food doesn't exist. Chinese food, like, is not a thing. It's this, there are there are 8 major schools of cooking here in China. 9 if you include what's the newest one? Is it Inner Mongolia? I think that's the newest one. Inner Mongolian food. If you include that, there's 9 major schools of cooking. Um, and then within those schools of cooking, there are a bajillion subcategories. There's a bajillion little subgenres of food. And then there's like fusions of different areas foods. And then, oh dude, it's so crazy. You can get the little, there's fine dining, there's street food, there's like small fly restaurants, there's little, like, there's so many little variations of food here in China. And it's awesome to be able to kind of see, it's awesome to see all those different kinds of food and be able to just taste them kind of anytime. I absolutely love it. It's great. Okay, it's enough of that. And what I'm going to talk about next is WeChat. I love WeChat so much. WeChat is just the best. WeChat is the best app. It's the best little app because it's, what I like about it is that you don't have to deal with like you don't have to deal with like web pages. You don't have to deal with like everyone having a personalized site. You don't have to deal with this. It's just chat. Let's just chat. But I can also video call you. I can also text you. And, I can like text you. I can video call you. I can voice call you. We add groups, send photos. We do this. We do this. Like, there are many programs, like third-party programs. There are so many things. You can use it to pay. You can use it to like pay for stuff. You can use it to book a ride, buy movie theater tickets. You can use it to donate to charity. You can use it for so many things. WeChat is so useful in every way. And I love it right now because I'm looking for jobs, right? I'm moving away from Sichuan University. I want to move into something that pays a little bit better. And like, I've been using WeChat to talk to different schools and talk to like headhunters and things like that. And it's so easy to talk to people on WeChat and just be able to send files like, hey, let me just shoot you my resume real quick. And bam, I shoot it to them. And then, hey, if we want a video call for an interview, I've had a couple of those already. It's really easy. I love it. It's like, man, it's just the best app. It's the best app. I love WeChat. So here, I kind of like this stretch of road. So let me flip the camera around and let you see this. So this is the first ring road here in Chengdu. And so the one that we saw at the beginning of the stream was the second ring road. And there you go. So what we saw at the beginning of the stream was the second ring road. And then this here is the first ring road. Whoa. Yeah. So here is first. So between those two roads, the first and second ring, these are like the 2 biggest arteries of traffic here in town. Oh, right. So I was going to show this as well. So there have been a lot of these buildings that have been demolished, and as placeholders, there have been these little art installations. There's another one right there. There are all these little art installations, these little green spaces that are put up to just make things a little bit nicer to look at. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that about Chengdu, is that they fill in those vacant lots with green spaces. It's nice to have something to look at. So here, let me pop up. Boop, boop, bumping. Okay. Rest in peace, iBox. If you're in Chengdu, you know about the iBox. Rest in peace. It's gone now. That'll tie into my very last um, point, which is a pro and a con. So if we kind of go this way, a couple other things. So yeah, same thing. What they've done here with this kind of empty space is they put in a statue of, or it's not a statue, it's like a little, it's like a light display. They put up a light display right here. Um, so here it says like a fashion vitality area. So those two big characters are Shishan, which means fashion. And after that, it says Huoli Tree on the right side, which means, yeah, vitality area, I suppose. Huoli means like energetic. It means vigorous kind of thing. And then here it says Chunxi Lu, but this is not Chunxi Lu. It's not Chunxi Road. And then if we go down here a little bit, so you can see the flowers and you can see things like that. You got some pandas hanging out here. Got some pandas hanging out here. Cool. I like that. And then on this side of the road, it says Chengdu, Jinjiang, Huayingnin. So it says Jinjiang district of Chengdu welcomes you. You know, it says welcome to you. And it's got also some other lights and some decoration on it. Very, very nice thing. Yeah. Hey, John, how's life? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Haruta Suna, has your life improved in the last 5 years? That's an interesting question. There's a lot of dimensions to that question. A lot of dimensions to that question. So my life in the past 5 years, I would say, yeah, it has improved. There's quite a few aspects to get into, but yeah, it's definitely improved. I would say in terms of my teaching, especially, my teaching has kind of gone through the roof in terms of its quality. I mean, if I do say so myself, I think my teaching, like my ability to work, my ability to perform my job well has really improved. I've had time to reflect and see where I want to go in life, especially in the last year. It's been, I mean, there's like 5 years, you become a whole different person. So it's hard to say how life has improved. Like everything's improved. My social circle has expanded. My professional life has gotten better. My personal life has gotten better. I've lost weight. Is this who I think it is? Is that? Oh, yep. I know exactly who that is. How the heck did you find my YouTube channel? That's really funny. So yeah, welcome. Yeah, welcome, man. Yeah. The last thing I want to talk about, or not the last thing, there's a couple things, is job security, freedom of movement. So here in China, I have a skill that is highly prized. It's really highly valued, and that is teaching. I'm a teacher. I'm a good teacher too, I think. And I teach English. This job is in high demand. And because it's in high demand, I will always have a job here if I want one. And people will pay me for it because there just aren't that many foreigners in China, relatively speaking. There's something like around 600,000 expats in China. It's probably a lot less now because of the coronavirus pandemic and the borders being shut and all of that. But yeah, 600,000. But you know how many people are in China? 1.4 billion. So that's not a lot of people. So you can get paid a lot of money to, you know, if you're a good teacher and you build up a good resume, a strong resume, you can make a lot of money. You always have a job. And you know that, you know, just if you don't feel like working somewhere anymore, you don't have to. You can afford to be picky with jobs here. I can definitely afford to be picky with jobs here because I know my value. I know what people need. I know what I can provide, and I know that it's worth something. So I'm going to stop right here. And if I can, I'm going to put down the tripod and just kind of talk for a little bit. Because I think this is a nice little place to hang out. All right, here we go. So, yeah, and I've been able to move around China fairly easily, going from Lanzhou to Tianjin and then to Chengdu, and I may be moving to a different city in this next year. Who knows? Who knows? Right? Oh, there's a bunch of comments. What's going on here? What's going on here? Take a guess. It's who are all these people guessing your name? Llama Party. I mean, I'm guessing it's Jacob Matthews, right? Very close bread. I'm guessing it's Jacob Matthews, Llama Party, right? Or one of the Matthews bros. So that's what I'm guessing. Let's see. Did the weather affect your family in Texas last week? No, it didn't. They didn't lose power. They didn't lose heat. They, I guess my mom's house, the pipe exploded in the laundry room, I think. I think that's what happened. I can't really remember. But yeah, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. So, yeah, so this is a different question. This is a whole different thing, and this is why I don't enjoy their videos, because they try to speak for all foreigners, and I do not agree with that. I do not agree with generalizing China and generalizing everything about China. There's a great video that I want to give a shout out to. It's called "Can You Trust or Should You Trust Expat Vloggers in China?" So Google that, and then you'll find a really good video. I think it's called, yeah, Should You Trust Expat Vloggers in China? Sorry, I'm shaking. I'm trying to get the tripod set up. So, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. All right. Getting the tripod set up. Good times. So, let me see what other comments. Nailed it. Christopher James, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the super chat. I really appreciate that. I don't get a lot of those, so when they come around, I'm immensely grateful. I'm immensely grateful because, yeah, like nobody has to give anything. I don't ask for super chats. I do ask for people to check out channel memberships and Patreon and stuff. I forget that super chats are a thing, like, to be honest. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, I would like to keep doing these live streams like this. It'd be fun. So yeah, another thing. See, I do want to get back to that. And yeah, if you are a teacher, yeah, you're valued here. People appreciate you. I mean, generally speaking, yeah, you are appreciated. You are valued here. Now, you could work for some schools that treat you like garbage. You could have coworkers or supervisors who treat you like garbage, sure. But, you know, that's in every profession, right? Every workplace. But, you know, overall, yeah, things are good here. What's happening? Okay. All right. And yeah, so here, let's do this. Okay. And something else I want to mention that I really enjoy about living in China is the fact that you have so much diversity in the experience of living here. There's, like, when I say diversity, I mean like in your friend group, especially. So like I have friends who are from South Africa. I have friends who are from like Zimbabwe. I have friends who are from all these different countries in South America, from all over the USA. A lot of friends from Texas, funnily enough, but all over the USA, friends from Canada, friends from, you know, England, Scotland, Ireland, Northern Ireland, friends from Poland and Russia, and like all over the place. It's wild, and you don't get that sort of diversity in your friend group in the States, generally speaking. Anyway, I mean, if you live in maybe New York, like one of the big international uh, cities, you might. But I love that. I love that I am able to have so many different types of experiences. And diversity in experiences is really cool as well, because you can see so many different types of places. Like I made this video series about Langmusi. Langmusi was really interesting, being in a Tibetan part of China, seeing lots of Tibetan people and like going to all these places with Tibetan names and seeing that Tibetan school and the monastery and all this sort of thing. And it's a whole different sort of vibe. Hearing people speak Tibetan, Tibetan Buddhism, like it was really different. And that's all in the same province. You go from, you know, Han China to Tibetan China, and you know, things are really, really different. Really, really different. Oh, yes, that's the one. So that video is called "Should You Trust Expat Vloggers in China?" This is a great look at, it's a nice nuanced, objective look at vlogging in China. He doesn't mention vloggers by name. He gives a couple of personal recommendations, but he overviews the situation of vloggers in China, and he explains that well, he explains like different types of vloggers and different points of view that people have, and how they are all equally valid up into a point, because there's so many different realities of living in China. So it's a great one. So yeah, it's by Haza China Vlogs. So I'm just going to give that guy a shout out. He posted something in a WeChat group the other day, and I didn't know him. I checked it out, and it was awesome. It was awesome. Oh wow! Hey, thanks, John. I appreciate that, man. There's another one right there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. Love your face, John, and you're always watching. You watch pretty much every single live stream I do, and I appreciate that. You rock, my friend. You absolutely rock. Um, Careful, you got a skunk on your back. Yeah, I got this. I got this jacket right here. This coat for the winter. It does. I mean, you can take this off, but I don't know, something. It just something cool about it. I like it. I like it. Um, yeah. And yeah, thanks a lot, Christopher. Thanks a lot. I enjoy that. Um, and you know, the thing about this is something I don't like about certain China vloggers is that they try to gatekeep. They try to gatekeep and say, like, I show the real China, like nobody else shows the real China. I do. I've been guilty of this in the past, and I deeply regret being that type of person. Um, but you know, that's the way it is. So the last thing that I do want to talk about is China is always changing, and that could be a pro and it could be a con. It's sort of both, actually, because things do always change here. And the thing is, if you're a creature of habit, um, China's sort of hard to live in. It can be hard to live in sometimes because, for example, your favorite restaurants will always close. That's unfortunate. Your favorite restaurants will always close, but at the same time, new restaurants are opening all the time. Yeah, new restaurants are opening all the time, and they're, you know, really great. And you'll find new favorite restaurants. You'll move on to these new things, and there are always new apps coming out. There are always new trends going on here. There's always some sort of new tech that's being tried out. There's some sort of new this or new that. It's always changing. Or like this. That's one reason why I wanted to come to this particular spot, because this spot didn't exist 2 months ago, or even a month ago, I think. This spot didn't exist. This is all brand new. There were buildings right here in this area, and in that area that I showed you just over there that had the big letters, the big characters by the side of the road. That didn't exist 2 months ago. That's brand new, and that's cool. That's cool to see. it's cool to see all these new displays and these new like installations, art installations, and seeing new buildings going up or seeing things get renovated, seeing this, like that's awesome. And China is always changing. Um, it's fun, but it can get sort of exhausting because like, oh my God, this road is under construction again. This road's under construction again. So like, if I flip the camera around, you'll see, nope, that's wrong. Don't do that. Okay. So if I flip the camera around, you may or may not be able to see. So right there and there used to be a cool area with like shipping containers and a skate park and some other things like that. But that's been knocked down. It's all gone. I really loved that place, actually. I really loved it because it was different. Cool little hipster cafes and flower shops, skate park, and then there's a building back behind it. But, you know, in its place, they put this little light display right there, and then they're going to put something else right here. I don't know what it's going to be, but, you know, it's nice. And on one hand, I'm like, man, I really loved the iBox. That was awesome. But on the other hand, I'm sort of excited to see what's going to be next, you know? Things just always, you know, moving forward. Things are always moving forward. So I would agree with that. New high-rise areas. So for example, in South Chengdu, there's this area called Gaoxin or Tianfu Xinqu. Those two areas way down south, Chengdu is going to move its government all the way down into those areas. Those areas are pretty boring. There's nothing super unique about them, nothing super special. It could be in literally any city. Like any city could look like that. But areas, you know, areas in the area where I live, or maybe slightly down south within the second ring road, there are some really cool local places. Oh, also North Chengdu. I really want to make a video in North Chengdu before it gets changed. It's unique. It's unique. No, I haven't. Yo, my sister's in the chat. What is up? What side of the ring road is that? I'm on the west. I'm on the northwest side of the first ring road. This is the first ring road with this is Dongdajie, so Dongdajie and the Yihuanlu, that area. So, and I also want to talk about this right here. Something else that prompts this change in something else that prompts change are these like special occasions. So this is for the FISU. I forget what that stands for, but it's basically the World University Games. The World University Games are going to be here in Chengdu in, I think, August. I think it starts August 8th, 8月8号, which is a lucky day here in China. And there are so many displays going up all over the city that relate to this event. So, you know, that is probably one reason why this is here, because they want to beautify Chengdu before the games begin. Or who knows, maybe it'll be taken down. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. You never know. You never know. Things do always change here. There's always new displays, always new stuff going on. And it's fun. It's exciting to me. When I go back to certain places in the US, things don't really change all that much. But here in China, yeah, they're always changing. And that could, you know, fair enough, it could be a con for you. Maybe you don't like that. You don't like things always changing. And that's fair enough. I do hate it when my favorite restaurants close. That bums me out. So, yeah. So the reason that I do this is because I get more concurrent viewers when I stream at this time. So, sorry, I'm pulling the tripod back in because I'm going to get back on the e-bike. So yeah, I do get more viewers when I stream in at this time than any other. So I'm going to keep streaming at this time. Started about 10 a.m. China time. I think that's a good time to start. So yeah, I mean, who knows? You know, you never know what the future holds. There could be golden years ahead, or you know, things could fold back in on themselves. You never know. But you know, I always wish kind of the good for everybody. You know, I don't want to take sides. I don't want to wish harm on anybody for any reason. I do hope things, you know, continue to go well here. You know, because I feel like that's just the decent thing to do. All right. So, uh, so interesting question. Interesting little thing. So the local pronunciation. I've heard a lot of people say Chengdu. Chengdu. Yeah, Chengdu. What's a Chengdu? It's Chengdu. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, but I say Chengdu because I speak Mandarin. I don't speak the local dialect. I can speak a few words, of course. Um and a few phrases. I know the sentence pattern. I know the kind of patterns on how Sichuan dialect is different from Mandarin, but I prefer to speak Mandarin. I'm just more comfortable with it, and I like the sound of it. If I get mad, if I get angry, I like speaking Sichuan dialect. It's real fun. But yeah, Chengdu, Chengdu, yeah. There you go. So yeah, Chengdu, Chengdu is the official, you know, uh, it's the official like Mandarin way of pronouncing it. Let me flip the camera around again. Stop it, Austin. You're doing bad things. Don't touch the broadcast info. Okay. Freaking StreamYard, man. Freaking StreamYard. There we go. Okay. Bam. We are off. Yes. So like I said, things are always changing in China. This is all new as well. This has only gone up in the last 3 or 4 months. It's like a little mini park, a little walkway, lots of cool flowers, and like you got this blue pedestrian track right here. You see people, I mean, people use this every day. Every time I come through here, you know, it's always used. People take pictures here. People, you know, film Douyin videos. They film TikToks here because it's a nice looking area. Um, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Oh, hey, I have to say this. Yeah, thanks very much. Thanks. My Sichuanese has improved a lot. You know, I wish I could say that I like studied. Um, I'm studying for the HSK 6 right now. The HSK 6 is it's the highest level of the Mandarin Chinese proficiency exam. So I'm studying for that right now. Getting back into Chinese. I say I'm studying. I just started yesterday. I just started yesterday studying. So yeah, I don't know if that counts as I've started studying again, but um, yeah, there we go. Actually, let's go this way. This is there's a cool little local neighborhood back here that I have been through a couple of times and really enjoy. So hold on. I do see a question about the cell tub um, that I want to address. So nope, that's not it. That's it. Okay. So did I get my Celta? Yeah, I got my Celta back in 2018, I think. 2018. Yeah, I got it in Shanghai. Got it in Shanghai. 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 Yeah, it was a good time. And that's one thing I do like about um, China in the last few years is that in the last few years especially, it's so much easier to get professional certificates, to take professional exams. Um, it's really good. Like you can take certain like human human resources exams here. You can take several business exams here. You can take Cambridge exams here. You can take, you know, the GRE. You can take the the GMAT. I think you can take the MCAT in a couple of cities here. You can take TOEFL, IELTS. You can take so many different little exams here in China now. And yeah, CELTA was one of these courses that I took here in Shanghai. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a really good time. And schools used to not know what the CELTA was. They used to not know. Maybe 4 or 5 years ago, nobody had ever heard of the CELTA here in China, even though it was widely, it has been widely recognized all over the world. China was just behind the curve. But now, as I've been looking for jobs, I'm seeing so many workplaces asking for CELTA certificates as a prereq for teaching at their school. So yeah, it's happening more and more and more often. So yeah, it's definitely a thing, and I recommend the CELTA for all new teachers, and for even for teachers who've been teaching maybe 1 or 2 years. Well, what is this street? I want to go down this street. Never been down here before. Definitely take that. Well, we got 50 people in the chat. Holy crap, that's a record, I think. That's a record, I think. Okay. So there you go. I don't. Whoop. Okay. So there you go. All right. Let's keep going. 53. And things are always changing. It's a good time. But anyway, so about the CELTA, yeah, it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. Gordo, you rode your bike all over Chengdu. Well, yeah, it's a good use of your time, I think. Like getting a bike or getting an e-bike it's a game changer, man. It's a game changer because if you have a bike or an e-bike in China, then you can just take a random turn like this. But if you're in a DD, if you're in a taxi or you're on a bus, like you can't just choose where you go. Oh, so this is a delivery street. So where they deliver things like water, they deliver packages and things like this. Okay. So yeah, so you can take little detours like this if you have a bike or an e-bike. I recommend that for sure. For sure. Where am I? Where am I? Oh, I recognize those shops. Okay, I know where I am. All right. Yeah, that's fun. Okay. Is the air pungent? Union is the air oh, sorry, wait. Bread is the air pungent? No, not really. No. Maybe it looked pungent based on that street that I was just at, but no, the air's fine. Air's fine. Here, if I pull out onto the main road, this is a main road through Chengdu. Whoa, look at this. Look at this. Wow, cool. I remember seeing this on the main road or from the main road in passing, but I never got around to actually getting up close to it. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I like that. So you've got a traditional building. Right here, you've got bamboo on the sides. And then right here, you have the character Shu. So Shu is an old kingdom that was located in Sichuan a few thousand years ago. I say a few thousand because I don't know the exact dates, but eventually it was incorporated into the Chinese Empire, and then what became eventually China. Fantastic. All right, and there we go. That was a cool little thing. So judge for yourself. What do you think about the air? I think it's fine. I think it's fine. No, you do not need to read Chinese to take the subway. Everything is in English now. Everything's in English. Hello, dance. Hello, dance. We need 100 likes for Austin. That'd be great. That'd be great. I've never had 100 likes on a live stream. I've never had 53 people on a live stream. I feel like my channel just flies under the radar. Oh, we don't have 53 anymore. We got 50. I feel like it flies under the radar. And you know what? That's fine. It it used to be super discouraging, but now it's more just like, live your life, Austin. Do whatever. Um, so now we are back at the first ring road. We are 1 block north from where we were just a minute ago. And I'm going to be wrapping up the stream here in a minute because I've said what I wanted to say. You know, there are lots of things that I enjoy about living here in Chengdu and love about living here in China, and I've always loved about living here in China. And the next stream, or in a stream in the near future, then I will be making a kind of flip side video. What I don't enjoy about China, what things that make me unhappy about life in China. Playhouse. Yeah, just for the sake of fairness, because I want to be fair about the experience here, or my experience here, I should say. Because I don't want to get lumped into that group of people who only says good things, and I don't want to be like a shill or whatever. Like, I want to share both sides of the story, you know. So we'll see. God, it's getting cold. I do not like. Oh, I like this place. This is a little Balza restaurant. It's got the traditional tiling on the roof. Yeah. Let's see what's going on. VO, are you from? Hold on. I just got this hilarious comment. Where is the Chengdu Hotel? Dude, the Chengdu Hotel, if I remember correct, got knocked down ages ago, like several years ago, if I remember right. I mean, I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it got knocked down many, many years ago. So don't freak out about that. That's not a new thing. Um, yeah, I have a vague memory of 2012, someone, or 2016, but either way, it's been several years. I mean, I could be totally wrong about that, of course. I could be totally wrong about each and everything I've ever said. Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. Let's see. I am from Texas. Yes. Yeah, Sync Master. Thanks very much. Yeah, thanks. Thanks very much. Let's see. Let's see. Go to Mount Chingcheng. I would enjoy doing that. That'd be good. I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out. Okay. Oh yes. Thank you. Thank you. Um, yeah, that is the next step, is to make the video stable. Dude, like gimbals are so expensive. I didn't realize how expensive like a good gimbal was. Because I wanted to get like a gimbal for my interchangeable lens camera for my Sony. And dude, like a good gimbal is like almost $1,000. Like, good Lord. No, thank you. And like a halfway decent kind of like okay one that you can rely on is a few $100s. And then one for a phone is also like, the phone gimbals are not that expensive. They're like maybe 150 or $200, but that's a lot of change to drop on something it's not necessary. I would love to have one, but like, am I going to drop a couple $100 on something like that? On a, I don't know. That's how I feel anyway. That's how I feel. Um, so I mean, yeah, who knows? If I get enough patrons, I get enough channel members, and the and this channel starts picking up momentum and stuff, then yeah, sure, why not? Why not? Because then I'll be able to actually justify spending that money. Because I am getting into that kind of phase of my life where I do want to save some money instead of spending money. All right, from San Antonio. From San Antonio. That is a great question. This is can I screenshot this question? Okay, yeah, so I screenshotted this because this is a question that I definitely want to save for a dedicated video because I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer right now. I was going to do a podcast about this. Oh, and by the way, the teaching podcast is coming back. We're going to talk about that in another video, but the teaching podcast is going to come back. The video podcast that I made several years ago, that's going to come back. I've talked to 2 people already who said they're down, and then I'm going to talk to another person today who will probably be down for it. So, but anyway, the weirdest thing in China, I was thinking about doing a video podcast about something like this, where expats share wild and weird, crazy stories. But it's so hard when you live here and you see things that are so different all the time, and things that to your mind as someone from the USA or from Canada or wherever, you see so many weird things that they all just kind of fall into the background. Nothing is all that strange anymore. It's funny. It's funny. Um, it's really funny. Um, okay. Oh yeah, I saw that comment earlier. Xianqiao, Chenghua Da Dao. Yeah, that's a cool area. That's a cool area. I like that. Actually is a good idea for a live stream. I might actually do that. See, this is why I like live streams, because I get suggestions over. Okay, yes, I see you. I've just screenshotted that as well. Yes, this is that park that they built up in 2 days. They've recently chopped all of the branches off. They trimmed all the trees last week, and it looks depressing. I'm just stopping here for a second. But yeah, let's see. Why can't I scroll through the comments? What happened? That's very strange. Huh. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I can. Huh. I don't know what happened. So, yeah, things. You do see a lot of strange things here, and that makes it hard to think of what weird things you have seen. But I will sit down and think about this because I think it'd make a good little like video podcast. It'd make a fun series. Like I have done a few videos about, weird China stories, strange China stories, true China stories. Um, and that's been fun. I can't scroll. I want to flip the camera around, but I can't. I don't know what's going on. Something's gone wrong with my StreamYard. So, because I was going to show this little artwork right here. So, you've got this little bit of artwork right here. Now and then up here it says history of the Communist Party. So it's obviously this is a little bit of this is, I don't want to call it propaganda, but it's like, yeah, it's just art reflecting the party. But I mean, I suppose it is. But what does this say? Oh, I like this. I like this. It says throw away your trash, keep everything like clean and sanitary. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And I want to go over here as well, because just across this little street, um, here is a notice for the Chengdu University Games, and then oops, excuse me. I've had bronchitis the last few days, so oh, that's interesting. So he's got like massagers on his back. He's jogging and pulling those up and down. Interesting. So here we go. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So I Chengdu Ying Da Yun. So love Chengdu. Welcome to the Da Yun. So like the big sports thing. So welcome to the Da Yun. So and then here it says Chengdu. Here we go. Chengdu, Chengjiu, Mengxiang. So Chengdu makes dreams come true. That's nice. That's nice. And this is actually hand painted. If you might have seen this on my Instagram, but this is hand painted, and there's a whole bunch of these on this block. There's one just right there. If you go around the corner, you'll see more and more and more of these. God, I wish I could flip my camera around and show you, but there you go. And this is also something that I love about, at least about Chengdu. I don't know a lot of other cities that have this much artwork, but I do love that Chengdu has so much art, so many murals, so many big paintings all over the place. Art installations, light installations, sculptures, this, that, it's everywhere in Chengdu. So you can see one right here, you see another one down there, and another one and another one. This keeps going. I'm gonna step out into the street real quick, see if I can give you another view. So yeah, you can see the yellow that goes down, but I'm gonna get out of the street. I'm gonna get out of the street. But I love that about Chengdu. It's so great. Chengdu is the best city in China. I'm gonna say it. It's the best city in China. I don't know anywhere else where I've been this happy in my life. Not any place that I've visited, not any place that I've lived. This is just a great city. I love it. Okay. There's a channel called Chengdu Plus. Yeah, there is. So this is another thing I was going to make a video about. Like the people who run Chengdu Plus and Chengdu Expat, Chengdu Living, there are all these different little cliques, these little groups of people in Chengdu who, talk about Chengdu and what it's like to live in Chengdu and this and that. And it's a clique. It's a clique. It's like all these little cliques in high school. So you have like the people who do like Chengdu events, Chengdu beer, Chengdu living, Chengdu expat. They're sort of like, or they act like the popular kids in high school. You know what I mean? They act like the popular kids in high school. Like, no, you're not cool enough for us. You're not interesting enough. You're not good enough for us. It's very strange, even though I have made so much of my channel about this city and how much I love this city. I've made some really good informational content here, but no one's ever invited me to do anything. And I know actually that Chengdu Plus was associated with a television station for a time, at least. And they took the name that I gave them, and they didn't pay me for it. Like I named their program, and they said, okay, if we use it, we'll let you know. And then I found out later that they actually used that name, and didn't pay me for it. So yeah, I'm not super happy with them. But hey, I mean, if they want to invite me, fine, that's great. But no, I've never been contacted for any of that sort of stuff. Man, I can't scroll through the comments. I don't know what's happened. Let's see if I can do this. Nope. Okay. Well, anyway, sure. Yeah. And I agree with you on that one. My favorite YouTube channels are also the less professional ones, because when you become a professional YouTuber, the game changes. I can't change the camera either. Oh, there we go. The game changes. It's no longer about getting information out when you become a professional. When you go full-time on YouTube, it's no longer about being professional, or it's no longer about getting information out and having fun. It's about how can I keep the clicks coming in? How can I, gather attention? YouTube incentivizes, sensationalism. It incentivizes having very, very strong opinions, or putting forth very, very strong opinions, and having people either troll you or argue in the comments, because that creates engagement, which pushes your video out. So yeah, YouTube incentivizes that sort of stuff. So That's why I don't want to be a professional YouTuber, because it just makes it changes things, and I don't want things to change. I want YouTube to stay my hobby. I want YouTube to stay this thing that I enjoy doing. I don't want it to become work. I don't want it to become something else. I mean, yes, I could guess that. I could guess that. Um, so let's see. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, there we go. No, I think that's about all that I have to say for this particular live stream. So I guess I'll start wrapping this up. If you want to do like one more question, or one or two more questions, or thoughts or concerns, yeah, we'll put them in the comments, suggestions, all that sort of stuff. And we'll wrap it up. We'll wrap it up. Here we go. So anything else? Have I been to Xinjiang? I have not. I have not. Um, the time has passed for that, I think. I don't think Xinjiang will ever be the same. When I was living in Lanzhou, I did not go to Xinjiang, and I regret that. I wish I had, because now it's much further away, not as convenient to get to, and things are different there now. But yeah, so if you've enjoyed this live stream, thank you very much for watching. If you've stuck around the entire time, thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button. I would really appreciate that. It creates a little engagement, and it helps push the video out to more people. And YouTube is super momentum based. Like if one video does well, then YouTube is more likely to push the video out, to push the video out to more people, and also to push the next video you put out to more people. And if it doesn't get as many likes or comments or whatever, then it's less likely to push your next video out. Everything gets affected, and I don't like that. Um, so yeah, I would really appreciate that. I have no idea how many likes there are. I have no idea how many comments, but I've enjoyed that. So is there any? Let's see, any? Oh, I saw something about it. Chengdu being polluted. No, it's fine. I don't smoke too much. I don't smoke anymore. Actually, I completely quit. No smoking, no vaping, nothing at all. I've completely quit all that stuff. So yeah, I've just got bronchitis. I'm coming off of bronchitis. I'll be better in about 3 or 4 days. Yeah, I'm almost done with it. So that's why I'm coughing. I didn't even realize that I was coughing a lot. So I'll try to keep it under control in the next few streams. So no, I don't own a car in China. And I mentioned that at the beginning of the live stream. One of the things that I love about living in China is not having to own a car. It's great. So yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna, I think, just sign off now. If I can flip the camera around, that'd be great. There we go. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna sign off now. So thank you all very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best, the best, the best. If you want to check me out on any other form of social media, I've got my link tree down below. You can click that and see all of my links for like Twitter and Instagram and Buy Me a Coffee, Patreon, and some other stuff. It's all there. Thanks a lot. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Why not? I make China content every week, just showing you what I experience here. So that's it. That is all. Goodbye. I'll see you all next time. Much love. Speak with you again soon.